Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone, to the 2021 9th Eubank Conference on Real-World Markets. We have a fantastic virtual audience, and really excited to bring this conference to a global audience, actually. And so the focus of the conference this year is sports analytics and gaming risk management. The first thing that I'd like to do is to introduce Provost Reggie DeRoche. He first joined Rice as Dean of Engineering, and then we had the excellent leadership from him in the engineering school, where he really advanced our activities and our footprint. And then he stepped up to provost in 2020, and it's just been an absolute joy being at Rice with him in a leadership role. Provost DeRoche is a civil engineer by training, and he's a fellow of the American Society of Civil Engineers. He plays a leadership role in our nation and globally on resilient infrastructure, and we're super excited to have him welcome you and open this conference. Reggie, take it away.
Great. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Well, I want to welcome everyone and thank them for attending the 9th Eubank Conference on Real World Markets. First, I want to acknowledge and thank Kathy, who's a Noah Harding Professor of Statistics and the Director of the Rice University Center for Computational Finance and Economic Systems. Kathy's amazing vision and dedication and hard work have made this conference possible. So thank you very much, Kathy, for your leadership. The Center for Computational Finance and Economic Systems is a really important institution at Rice and represents a cooperative effort between the Jones Business School, as well as the George R. Brown School of Engineering, as well as the School of Social Sciences here at Rice. Dedicated to the quantitative study of financial markets and economic systems, as well as their ultimate impact on society, the center hosts the Eubank Conference annually in an effort to explore critical assumptions and issues on which financial markets rely. Today, thought leaders, practitioners, innovators will present information about the changing structure of financial markets and how quantitative scientists can assist with understanding and navigating this change. The theme of today's talks is sports analytic and gaming risk management, two growing industries in the US and abroad. The lineup of experts in this field includes two Rice graduates, will explore topics such as how to make sports predictions based on data, referee bias in the NBA, and the basics of sports gambling. Ed Fang, founder of Power Rank and a Rice alumnus, will give the keynote address on how to make sports predictions based on data. Ben Jelovec, also a Rice alumnus and a senior director of baseball data quality for Major League Baseball, will talk about StatCast, the next generation of baseball data. I'd like to welcome back Ed and Ben, and welcome to everyone here this morning. We have an exceptional lineup of speakers. With that said, none of what we're here today would be possible without the generous support of our sponsors, in addition to the foundational support provided by the endowment to the Center for Computational Finance and Economic Systems, established by Nancy Moore and Thomas Eubank. The conference is generously supported by Prota Financial and the George R. Brown School of Engineering's Department of Statistics and the School of Social Sciences Department of Sports Management. So again, I'd like to welcome everybody and again, thank Kathy and her team for their leadership. Good luck with the conference.
Thank you so much, Reggie. It's going to be an exciting day, and we're very much looking forward to it. So, and thank you for the welcome. And to get underway here, let me say a little bit about coffees before I introduce our additional welcome speakers. Coffees, I am the director of the Center for Computational Finance and Economic Systems that we founded in 2002 from the Department of Statistics in collaboration with the Jones School and Economics in the School of Social Sciences. We also have through Coffees, we support a undergraduate minor in financial computation and modeling. And I'll note that Ben, who's speaking today, was a graduate who obtained the FCAM minor. He also has a degree in statistics and a degree in sports management. And so he is the type of product that our program here at Rice produces. So this is the 9th Eubank Conference on Real World Markets. We founded this conference to form a bridge between the deep quantitative research that we do here at Rice with the larger community, the business community, and also practitioners in general. So we pick topics that are always timely. Nothing more timely right now than sports management and gaming risk management, as we see that sports betting is becoming legal across the United States. So we're excited to be bringing forward this topic. Previous topics that we've covered are the transition with the fintech industry, high-frequency trading, risk and opportunity, the way forward as we looked at various market crashes over the years. We had a focus on energy, focus on entrepreneurship and analytics. And then we also, in 2010, we had a conference focusing on fiat money. And so transitioning that, it's probably time to bring that back, that idea back, as we look at blockchain and cryptocurrency. And so I look forward to that theme in the near future. I do want to just give a heartfelt thanks to Tom and Nancy Eubank for their generous support of Coffees and for our for this annual program, but their support goes further than just this conference. We're really able to do so much with the generous gift, and I thank them for that. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Rudy Guerra, who is chair of the Department of Statistics, to provide a welcome. Dr. Guerra is focuses on biomedical, biostatistics, and social science research, and he works in modern methods of big data and machine learning. It's just been an absolute pleasure to have him as our department chair these last few years. So he's technically my boss, and I really appreciate him being my boss, so thank you, Rudy. But with that, let me turn it over to Rudy for him to welcome you to our conference.
Can you hear me okay? Okay. Welcome everyone to the conference. And Kathy, I'll remind you that at one point you were my boss. So thank you for that. I have a few opening remarks here. This has certainly been a challenging year, but I believe that one thing we've all learned is that we can figure out how to keep good things going. And this conference is one of them. It's a highlight at the end of our academic year, and it's really a pleasure to be hosting it as part of the Department of Statistics. Over the years, as Kathy said, the conference has addressed many timely and important topics. Today's topic, sports analytics and gaming risk management, is another timely and important topic. Sports is big business. Major League Baseball alone generated revenues of $10.5 billion in 2019 and about the same amount in baseball-related revenues. As a business, and as we consider legalizing sports gambling in Texas, today's theme reminds me of 3 previous conferences. The first one, the Eubank Conference, Modeling and Analytics, reminds me of sports analytics that is prevalent throughout the sports industry, including player performance and sports gambling. It's an area of much interest to our students, especially those interested in statistics, data science, computer science, and other mathematical sciences. The third conference was on investing during troubled times, and we certainly face challenging times now. Our economy has taken a hit, as have many other things, and it's interesting to think about what the impact of sports gambling would be in Texas at this time. And the last one, the third conference that this one reminds me of, is the 6th one on risk and opportunity, the way forward. Analytics, statistics, data science, and related fields are here to stay in sports. They impact many dimensions of sports, and we really are just beginning to see the start. You might ask, for example, how will artificial intelligence play out? And universities are committing efforts to these things, such as sport analytic minors, majors, faculty research, doctoral dissertations, and even funding is growing. So, as with all good conferences, we often leave with more questions than answers, and it's exciting to see what today brings. I also want to thank sponsorship and leadership for the conference. Again, Tom and Nancy Eubank, and the longtime leadership of Drs. Kathy Enser and John Doleman. And for today's conference, Dr. Clark Happenstall of the Department of Sports Management. So thank you for joining us today.
Okay, thank you, Rudy, thank you for that wonderful introduction. So it's now my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Clark Happenstall, who will, once he comes up and he will take over the morning session. So again, this conference is in collaboration with the Center for Computational Finance and Economic Systems, the Departments of Statistics, and the Departments of Sports Management. And it's just been an absolute pleasure working with Clark over the last year and a half as we initially planned this conference for 2020, but we're extremely excited to bring it forward today. So Clark is the chair of sports management, the #1 ranked sports management program in the nation, according to the website. And he has had a distinguished career in sports analytics and sports information, and that's became ever so obvious as we put together this wonderful conference, which again, Clark just really brought forward so much energy and focus and vision for this effort, and I hope that you enjoy the day. So I'll be manning the questions, but I'll happily turn it over to Clark at this time. So Clark, take it away.
Great. Thank you, Kathy, for the very warm welcome. I appreciate that very much. Again, my name is Clark Happenstall, and I am the chair of the Department of Sport Management. We can proudly say that we are the #1 ranked sport management program in the United States each of the past 2 years, in a ranking of over 400 sport management programs. We have hundreds of alumni who are working or who have worked in the sport industry, including many who are specifically working in sport analytics. Undergraduate students who declare the sport management major select one of 3 areas of concentration. They can choose leadership, law, or analytics. Our fastest growing concentration is analytics. Dr. Jimmy Dish, who you'll be hearing from later today, launched our sport analytics concentration in 2016. Last year, we hired Dr. Hua Gong specifically to teach analytics classes in our department. You will also hear from him shortly. Because of our growth, we plan to hire an additional faculty member in sport analytics early in 2022. We are also in the middle of drafting a proposal to launch a standalone sport analytics major, which, if approved, would begin in fall 2022. Again, my name is Clark Happenstall. This is the Department of Sport Management. One quick note before we start the official program. We want your participation. If you have any questions throughout the day, click on the Q&A button and type in your question. Our good friend Kathy Enser will receive the questions and we'll be adding them to today's dialogue. Again, we would like to hear from you.